Hello there, Gemini. I was getting out of the shower a little bit ago and I thought, oh, it's time for a full moon reading, full moon in Leo, and I hadn't had a chance to do it yet, and my hair is still wet. I didn't have makeup on, but I thought I really do need to get this done so I can tell Gemini and all the other signs what to embrace and what to leave behind for the next couple of days. It was dark and now the sun's shining in, so it's going to glare a little bit. Sorry about that, but I don't want to stop in the middle of this to close the blinds. I'll wait till I'm done with this. Anyway, I'm Michele B, and I usually do tarot readings typically for the feminine. Masculine's always welcome to tune in and find out what they can, especially with a reading like this that's just really general and not specific to masculine and feminine dynamics. But yeah, I have February readings up and ready to go on my channel on the playlist that says February 2021 tarot readings. Go check that out. Find yourself, Gemini. Yeah, it's all ready to go. So anyway, so far I got the card for what to embrace, and now I'm going to flip one out for what to leave behind. And let's go ahead and get started. The Leo full moon energy in the sun Aquarius, it's like the axis, the dynamic is like this earthly fire and these starbursts going on. What you can imagine and how you can create it in the world, right? And so your energy is sinking down into what I can make right now, and you're kind of like, ooh, I want to get started. But at the same time, you know that it is time to just wait a little bit. There's time to accomplish everything. We have to pace ourselves. There's some of us that are able to just go forward, but there are some things that still need that Gemini still needs to do. Let me get a little bit of clarification. But I really do get the sense with that Three of Wands that it's like you've got great ideas, but it's not time to go in full throttle yet. That's manic manifesting. That's trying to create something because you're afraid that if you don't do something, then nothing will happen. It's gonna happen, but you have to pace yourself for a long-term vision for this exciting thing that you have, this exciting creation that you have going on. How can we clarify that Three of Wands? The Chariot's there. It's like, yes, what you want is there for you, but you're waiting for the perfect timing. Okay. Be patient. In the meantime, do your meditations, the inner work to try to get the ball rolling, get the energy flowing. It's not about spinning your wheels right now. It's not about spinning your wheels, doing things just for the sake of doing them, because that's just going to wear you out. It's going to burn you out on the whole thing, and then you'll lose interest. Instead, it's time to start making the connections. It's time to start saying, hey, so could you be interested in something like that? Could you be interested, like finding out from other people how they would go about doing that? And also, like I said, working on those mental blocks that keep us from thinking that we're capable of doing anything. Now, you remember when you were a child, this is something that I like to talk about with the full moon in Leo. When you were a child, you had all these great ideas about what you were going to do. The great ideas about what you wanted to do right now. Like, we're going to start a restaurant, right? You're like kids in your playhouse, and you're like, we're going to start a restaurant. Or we're going to, someday I'm going to be a DJ. I'm going to be a movie star. These are the kinds of things that I liked to play with when I was a kid, and it's all play. It's all imagination. It's all play. And then the adults were like, you can't do that. You're going to be like 5 or 6 things. Nobody does that, you know. And then we also hear people say, well, if you just stop what you're doing and start doing something new, then that means you're a flake, right? So we hear all of these messages from people about how you have to have everything figured out, and it all has to be realistic in order to go forward with it, in order for it to be successful. And the reality is that that's not true. Some people just muddle through it a step at a time. Some people create extraordinary things that are totally unrealistic, or used to be totally unrealistic, and then they become normal. then they become comfortable. What to leave behind? We have the Death card. We leave behind any kind of grief that we had about our, it's grief, leave behind any grief that we had about things that went wrong in the past. All of our efforts that we put into something that didn't pan out in the past, we have to let that go. We have to forgive ourselves, because not every endeavor that we go into turns out the way that we expected it. But all of the endeavors that we've been through before were a learning experience to take us to the next step. Okay, everything we did before led us to where we are now, and that's a beautiful thing, because I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than where I am at this moment. Okay, so love you, Gemini. Go check out your February reading. Subscribe if you love my vibe. I'll see you later.